Hello, and welcome to our program. This is the Porch Ideas Network with your host, Dave and Mary Morris.
Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Mary.
Welcome to our audio program featuring experts and fellow porch lovers who share tips for creating a fantastic porch and yard.
We are very excited to have you on our porch today, so let's get right to our topic.
Well, we've got a special guest with us today.
We sure do.
Yeah, we do. We like porches, we like homes, and so today we have a special guest that's going to be talking about house plans that they sell online, and we're going to have a discussion about that and for folks and give folks some lots of information. And today we have with us on our porch Jarret Magbee. He is the president CEO of the House Plans division for both FamilyHomePlans.com and CoolHousePlans.com. So welcome to our porch, Jarret.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Jarret.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great. We're delighted to have you, and it's fun to be able to get to talk with you about house plans because we have some questions for you.
Okay.
So if you could tell us just exactly when someone looks at a house plan online, what is a house plan and what does it include?
Okay, well, we sell stock house plans, which is basically what you find when you go to like a Barnes & Noble or a Lowe's. When you see the house plan books, you're ordering basically the same thing as you would out of one of those books. We're just basically internet-based, and which is what most companies are going towards these days anyway, versus print publications. But what we sell is what's called stock house plans, which are pre-designed plans by a number of designers and architects from around the country, and also Canada as our primary suppliers of plans. And what the plans include typically is your foundation plan, basement, crawl space, or slab, depending, floor plan, with dimensions, your elevations, all four elevations of the house or any pertinent elevation from there, building sections, typically electrical schematics, which shows light and fixture locations, framing details if applicable or provided by the designer. And, basically it's a set of plans that a competent builder could use to build the house. Different areas of the country require different things, but they typically meet a national IRC code, International Residential Code, around the country. So some places require engineer stamps on the plans.
Sure.
And, like for areas like, the South, near hurricanes, or on the West Coast for earthquakes or things like that, seismic conditions. But yeah, that's basically what a stock plan is. It contains those elements in a pre-designed plan.
So a person can be pretty confident when they order a plan online like that, or one from your company, that they're going to get just about everything they need to work with, like you said, a contractor or builder to add in what's necessary for their specific location.
That's right. I mean, like I said, with stock plan, when people call us up and they say, "Is this everything I need?" Well, we're hesitant to say it's everything you need because it's really dependent all the way down to the county, actually, of certain areas.
Sure.
I mean, you might have one county of one area that might require, or a state that might require one thing, and the next county requires another. But we do tell them, and we mention on the website what the plans include. And it really depends on the designer also. So it can be designer dependent as far as goes for, this designer might include framing plans for every plan they do, or this one designer might say, framing by engineer. So we can let the customer know per plan what's included in that plan if it's really important to them prior to ordering, so they'll know exactly what they're getting.
Yeah, sure. What's interesting, you talk down to the local level, like county level. I know in our area that we live in Tennessee, but yet they require hurricane straps. So yeah, definitely it depends. So, people just need to be aware that there are going to be certain things that they're going to have to work with a contractor to make sure that, it's included in that for their specific area. So that kind of gets us to the next thing that I want to know is, who's your typical customer?
Well, the typical customer is, are you talking like age group or just...
or sure, or
just certain areas? Or
is it people that you think they're on their second home, they've already had a home built, or this like first time building a home?
No, mostly it's, I would say, second home.
Okay.
Most times, a couple, whatever, get married, they move into a starter home somehow,
Yeah.
They build some equity, their lifestyle changes, those kind of things. They have kids, and then they decide to build a house. Now, that's who typically we cater to. That's who typically orders from us, is people second, third home, somewhere in that area. Typically, sweet spot for house plans is 1,800 to 2,200, 2,500 square feet. We sell a lot of plans in that area there.
Okay.
But it's typically your second or third time homeowner that orders plans from us.
Sure, I know we've had
And
quite
most of them are families.
Yeah, we've had 2 homes built now, and you're right. I mean, I wouldn't have a lot of confidence having one built right out of the box, as soon as we got married or something. But now having lived in a number of homes, and you get up your confidence and know what you're looking for, and then to have a home built is nowadays is really not that difficult to have done. So it's a lot easier. So I can see why getting house plans from online would be a good way to go for that. So go ahead.
So I have a
Jump
question.
in.
So I have a question, Jarret. What are the more popular types of house plans that people order these days? Are they more modern homes or traditional or country? What are you seeing?
Well, the hot designs these days are the Craftsman type homes.
Oh,
Craftsman,
wow.
maybe plans with a Tuscan kind of feel, but mostly the dark wood, the Craftsman. The more earthy colors, those kind of things. The Craftsman is definitely the more popular styles. We do sell a lot of just ranch kind of homes, if you will, or traditional plans. Country always kind of stays in the style. People like a lot of front porches, those kind of things. But the plans that sell a lot, and you can go to our website and search for best-selling plans.
Yeah.
And just click on the link, and you'll see what's selling.
Yeah, okay.
It's mostly this new kind of Craftsman kind of, even like I said, with a little bit of Tuscan in there, like a slope stonework. Those kind of things are really hot right now. So those are the main plans we sell these days.
Yeah.
Modern plans have made a comeback. You see a lot of modern design coming out there, flat roofs, those kind of things. We don't typically sell a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
We find it very. That's a niche. My wife doesn't particularly like it, and so she's more into Craftsman, kind of traditional look. So I think that's the more popular styles, the Craftsman and whatnot. Even though the modern flat roof, not necessarily flat roof, but slope roof kind of thing, that you see coming out now is gaining some popularity. I'd be surprised if it makes itself as popular maybe as it used to be, but with the contemporary styles of the 70s, but it is kind of making somewhat of a comeback.
All right. Good.
So being that they're Craftsman homes, I bet most of them have porches as well.
You do have your bungalow.
Okay.
Which is what you're probably leaning towards and what you're referring to mostly.
Okay.
Trying to think. A lot of the Craftsman homes might not necessarily have a big wide front porch. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Like I said, if you look at the best selling, and I hate to do that on this kind of situation here, but you can see kind of what's selling in the best-selling sections. The porches aren't quite as prominent as they used to be on the front, but they're all on the back.
Okay.
Big porches on the back, outside kitchens, right beside the pool, outdoor living spaces off the back of the house, real popular these days, versus, say maybe the front porch. Because a lot of these houses aren't built in traditional, maybe T&D type neighborhood, where a front porch really kind of works well with neighbors, street, and that kind of thing. A lot of the plans we sell lend themselves more towards the third of an acre to half acre lots, which are more spread out. Maybe there's more entertainment in the back of the house, if you will, than the front.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense.
And you were saying that the size is somewhere kind of mid-range. It doesn't sound like it's a lot of tiny homes or extremely large, but somewhere in the mid-range, like what'd you say, 1,500? 1,800 to 2,200.
1,800. Now we will sell smaller houses. We do sell smaller homes. But the tiny houses you're referring to in your question, the tiny plans, I know that's popular these days.
Yeah.
We don't sell a lot of those.
Oh, okay.
I personally think that what happens with the tiny plan is people get ideas and then build those. Those are very unique, niche kind of things.
Sure.
Plans. And we don't sell a lot of tiny plans at all.
Yeah. Okay.
We have them on the site. We cater to the marketing and the keywords, but we don't sell a lot of those.
A lot of those. Okay. Yeah, those are. Like I said, it's kind of a niche kind of thing. It's kind of in right now for certain sections of the population, but a lot of that sounds good until you live in about 400 square feet for a while.
Well, some people do it. I have a friend. He and his wife had a bigger house, but he had a guest house on his property. But what he did was he moved out of the big house and moved to the guest house, and then he rents out the big house, and that works well for him because he can semi-retire, and it's fine for him and his wife. But mainly we cater to empty families and those kind of things that have kids and all that kind of stuff going on. So we mainly sell to them. Now we have seen, there was a trend where you're getting smaller houses. They were talking about they're getting away. Okay, the bubble burst, and we're done with the McMansions. We're done with the McMansions. Those kind of things. Back in 2006, 2005, those kind of things. Well, that did happen for a while. A little downscale in the plan, that kind of thing, size wise. We never went down to the teeny house, but now we're starting to see. Of course, that 1,800 to 22, 2,500 square feet range still popular, but we're seeing some bigger plans selling, some more luxurious plans selling also.
Good.
Not the big, huge McMansions and all that kind of stuff, as you will, the 2-story with the traditional kind of styling and stuff like that. But we are seeing some bigger plan sales too as the economy gets better, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear. So, what are some? Do you have any popular features that people want? You talked about the outdoor living and all of that, but there's any interior features that people are really looking for that you can think of?
Well, of course, they like the open concept. That's still very popular. They like computer niches, computer rooms. They like drop zones for keys and things like that when you walk through the house.
Okay.
Bigger laundry areas are nice. We see a lot of nice bathrooms, like a Jack and Jill kind of situation for kids. Outdoor living spaces are real popular.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, with those porches off the back. And like I said, the Craftsman style is real popular. We see a lot of people like an extra bedroom for an office, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so those are some of the main things we're seeing people, designers, and a lot of it has to do with what designers give us.
Well, sure.
So you can see the designers kind of feed. The great thing about our business is being a broker, we don't have to necessarily keep up with the styles the designers do. So what they do is they see trends, they see these kind of things, and they design houses to meet those requirements, and we basically sell them. So you can see a lot of that happen. Like I said, the open concept is still popular. But the people still like a formal dining room too. That's still popular also.
Oh, okay.
And
that's good to know.
They like a flex space. They like a flex space also if they can get it. Type thing.
Sure.
In the 2,000 square foot up plan, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They do like media rooms, bonus rooms. Frogs are very popular for expansion and for the kids where they can play. Those kind of things. So those are some popular features that have really come into play lately. So.
Oh, very good. When your customers find a house plan that they really like, it's almost impossible to find something that you like 100%. Is it possible to get modifications? If you just even want to have like a larger bedroom or wider doorways or something like that, is it possible that modifications can be made?
Oh, absolutely. We offer modification services on our website.
Okay.
We have one company per website that's kind of like the major modification service. Some designers that we market like to do their own modifications, but that's few and far between. We like to have one mod service that's kind of interconnected with us, and so it's a easy transition between our sales reps and the modification service and the customer. But we do offer modification services that they'll offer free estimates to customers. Of course, they're not free to make the changes, but the estimates are free.
Yeah.
And they can email or talk to somebody about what they want to do, and then that service will give them a price. Some modifications, people can basically what's called redline the set, where, if they want to make a door a little bit bigger, or they want to, maybe add a window or, some stuff like that, some minor kind of thing, they can typically work that out with the builder, and he or she can redline the set and turn it into the building department that way, and it's fine. But more major modifications, if you will, like moving a wall or changing the exterior veneer or changing the roof or, adding a bedroom.
Sure.
That needs to be added to the plan. Sure. Our modification department can do that. Now, some building departments, regardless, want it exactly like you're going to build it. And in that case, the customer maybe can't get away with redlining the set. But yeah, we do offer modification service, and that's very popular. Modifications have gotten, it's funny how modifications have actually become more popular than back in, 10 years ago, people just bought a plan.
Sure.
It was just buy the plan and not worry about the mods as much. Well, we're seeing definitely an uptick in mods. It's a big part of our business is modifications. So.
Yeah, no, our last house we had built, we did a lot of modifications to it, actually.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We really did.
We changed the whole house, I think, by the time we got done. Jeez. That. So that's good. That gets us into the next, I guess, part is from the customer side is, for the best results and everything, what they're looking for and trying to keep costs down, all those kinds of considerations. What would you advise, potential customers that need to know, when they're going to order or for ordering plans online, like from your company? What would help them, or what kinds of things should they understand or know? I mean, we talk about modifications and those that, something can be made and there's going to be a cost to that. Is there any other things that would help customers when they're working with you or something that to understand or to know working with an online plan company?
Sure. Well, the main thing a customer needs to know is, first off, of course, with anything, would be budget. So what they do is we get this, and also we offer on the website a cost estimation service where people can get an estimated cost for the house to be built.
Okay.
We offer that for all of our plans, except for our garage plans and multiplex plans. We offer a service for $14.95 where the person can pick a house, and then it'll generate a report for them, 3 different qualities, if you will, based on appraisal values for their area. And it's very specific according to zip code. And we give them a pretty good breakdown of what it would cost to build that plan. So
that's
we've been offering that service through a third party for quite some time now. It's been very successful. But when somebody's looking at building a house, first they need to know a budget. So you find out what your budget is, you establish that, and then what you do is you find out what the going square foot cost is for your area or where you might want to build.
Okay.
So say, in the county, they typically cost in this neighborhood $100 a square foot, a heated square foot to build a house.
Okay.
So that gives you a good range to go by. So say they can afford a 2,000 square foot house.
Sure.
Well, you can fudge that a little bit. So you come to the website, you search for 1,800 to 2,200 square foot house, comparable to the neighborhood and the budget that you're looking to work with. And then you find a bunch of plans on the website that meet that criteria. And then, of course, the person would whittle those down by certain specifics. I want a formal dining room, I want a fireplace, I want this kind of other, I want this certain look.
Mm-hmm.
And so they find a plan that they like, that kind of thing. But, some people just order them straight out. They like them. That's great. I love it. My builder can work with me. We can make the change we want to do. That's fine. Some people don't want to, and typically a price of a set of plans would run you between, $600 to say $800 or $900 for a 5 or 6 set copy, depending on the house, and depending on the designer. Because the designers set their own pricing on our websites. And you'll find that is a pretty common thing these days across all the broker websites.
Okay.
But then, so they find a plan they like, and say they want to make modifications. Well, they call for a mod service, and a modification, depending on the mod, usually they start at like $300 or $400, to make the modifications, and it goes up from there depending on how extreme it is.
Sure.
So, all in all, a person can go to a local designer if they want to, and get a house designed. And that will typically run you $1.50 to $2 under roof square foot to get something like that done.
Okay.
So under roof means the heated space plus the garage plus the porches, plus anything that's under roof. Typically they multiply that by $1.50, $2 a square foot, just depending. That's what it is for around here. And they can get a house designed exactly what they want, meet local code for that amount of money.
Okay.
So, which would be for a 2,000 square foot house, would be $4,000.
Okay.
Okay, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you can find a stock plan on the website that's close for $600 or $800, and then get it modified for maybe another $500 to $1,000, and you can kind of get what you want close to exactly what you want for, $1,500 to $2,000 if you want to go that way.
Yeah.
Now, the only difference is you might have to make some local code adjustments on the stock plan even after the modifications are done. Because
Sure.
the modification departments, they don't change the plan to meet local code. They take what's there and change the plan.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So they take whatever the set includes and change that plan to what you want it to look like, and then you take that local, and you still might have to add a couple of things or make a couple of tweaks to get it to your local code department. But usually you can save yourselves a couple $1,000s by not going to a local designer, and you can save yourselves, thousands of dollars by not going to a local architect. Now, I have nothing against architects or designers. I'm both. Actually, I have a master's degree in architecture. And I used to own a design build construction company. So it just depends on, how you want to attack what your project is. So they're all viable options. It's just with stock plans, stock plans are typically the least expensive way to get a house built or to get yourself to the point of building permits.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Great
absolutely.
information. That's great.
And generally, do you recommend that a person have a contractor selected before they get their house plan, or is that something they can do afterwards?
Well, my personal opinion is you can do it before. You can look
Okay.
around, you can do this, you can do that, but a contractor can really advise a person on a local level.
Okay.
They can really be a good resource in conjunction with us to get the person where they need to be. I always ask the customer on the phone, do you have a contractor involved? They can answer questions. We get people call us up and they say, I need engineering done on this plant, to get through my local building department. But I always ask them, do you have a contractor involved?
Mm-hmm.
And he or she typically has a connection with a local engineer that can get you hooked up, get you set,
Yeah.
and take a stock set of plans and get it stamped and get it through local building department. So, or how much is it going to cost me to build? Well, we can give you a price all day long, but we highly recommend you contact a local contractor or somebody well versed in your area, or even a construction supervisor or a construction manager, if you will, and talk to them. Because there's nothing that can beat local advice. We can try as best we can being a national company, but the local quirks are best answered by somebody that lives it, kind of thing. So we recommend people that really, try to find somebody. Now, some people they don't care, they do it, and they just kind of deal with that part of it later.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
a lot of
That's
people already have a builder that they're working with.
No, that's great. That's really good information for folks this morning. That's really great.
Well, we noticed that on your website, either coolhouseplans.com or Family Home Plans, that you also have plans for smaller projects like gazebos or sheds, porches, playhouses. Those are pretty fun. What's popular among those?
Well, the garden shed is definitely
Yeah.
popular.
Mhm.
The garden shed, a lot of those project plans we obtained when we bought the garden house company back in 2006. And they're quite popular. Actually, we sell a lot of garden sheds, but we sell, it's mostly the playhouse plans. We sell a lot of those too. Like the little playhouses for, the kids, in the backyard kind of thing. And a lot of people will take a garden shed and make it a playhouse plan and then convert it to a garden shed later, kind of thing. So we can kill two birds with one stone.
No, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
that's a great idea.
We sell trellises.
Yeah.
We sell all kinds of different project plans, but the main ones are the sheds and the playhouse plans would be our most popular.
Yeah, and we bring that up is because I go through there and look at stuff. There's all kinds of plans for all kinds of things on there. It's just fun going through it all.
Dave is a
for that.
woodworker, so he loves building things.
So that's great.
We get a lot of orders for the project plans are quite popular. They're not that expensive, and we can send the person a PDF file right from the website. If they order it and they want a PDF file of the plan, typically we can send it right to them right when they finish their order. They don't have to wait on it.
Yeah, that's
versus a house
great.
plan, which has to wait till the next day to process.
Very good.
But those project plans are quite popular.
Well, Jarret, we've learned a lot today about buying house
Plans
plans,
online. It's pretty neat.
what's popular,
Great information.
what you can do. It's excellent information. So how about if you just take a few moments and just tell us a little bit more, anything that you want to share about your company, and also contact information on how people can get a hold of your company and purchase house plans.
I got you. Well, we have two websites. We have coolhouseplans.com and we have familyhomeplans.com. And both are broker sites. We represent over 150 designers and architects from the U.S. and Canada. That's like I said, that's the easiest way to find us. We do have some planned books out there, but we've kind of pulled back from that. So the main place to find us is on both of those website properties. We can help you with anything you need. If you got questions about a plan or questions, we have a competent sales staff that's well versed and can pretty much answer any question that you have, any that somebody may have. And if we can't answer it, we'll find out the answer and get back to them. So
Very good.
we like to try to make it easy as we can for the customer to find a plan. There's certain things we just can't do for the customer as far as just for narrowing certain things down, but we try as best we can to help them locate the plan or what they'd like to have. So
very good.
Well, very good. Well, thank you for spending time with us on the porch today, Jarret.
Okay, great. Back porch, huh? We're going to move to the back porch.
On the back porch. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, we
appreciate
appreciate you sharing your time and your expertise with us, and we hope to see you on our porch again.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jarret.
And we also want to make sure that everyone knows that you can find family home plans on both Pinterest and on Facebook. And they also have an Android app that you can find on Google Play by searching for Garling House. Today's show was brought to you by PorchIdeas.com, and we hope you stop by to get ideas for designing, building, and decorating your porch.
You have been listening to the Porch Ideas Network. We invite you to subscribe to our podcast to get creative and innovative ideas for your porch and yard.